me give you the lineup here. So I'm going to share with you a emotional homework assignment I have given myself this weekend that I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go and how I'm going to feel. That's the first thing we're going to do. And then the second thing is there's a high probability of a train wreck about to happen in this morning show with the bit we are going to do live. We've tried this before. Sometimes it works. Most of the time it sucks. But this time, if it sucks, it's going to be on the intern.
No, we are the ones that need to embrace the interns. It's going to be on us.
All right, first things first. So I'm going to New York after the show today, which isn't like a big old deal. My mom's up there, and I've told you guys before, my mom has dementia. I've also told you, I've detailed for you guys my past with my parents. They're, in a nutshell, just really bad at parenting. Really bad. Emotionally abusive and dismissive, and it's left a lot of scars, right? And I've also told you that when my dad passed away and he had dementia, I really handled it like a champ. Like, it's one of the things that I'm most proud about is that in those last 6 months of his life, I moved him here. I took care of him. I did it all because I wanted to be able at the end of the day, even though we didn't have much of a connection at all, I wanted to be able to say to myself, you did everything that you were supposed to do as a son. Even though I didn't want to do it, I did it out of duty. And for 6 months, it was an amazing relationship. I learned so much about him. We finally became close to each other. The gift ended up being him saying, hey, I just want to let you know, you became the man I never could be. And then he passed away. It's like right out of Hollywood, right? With my mom, it's been a different story, man. So my mom has dementia she's in New York. And my mom was a family therapist, right? So the fact that she gave away all of her kids to their dads and was never really there for any of us, did a lot of emotional damage to all of us. It has been really, really challenging for me to handle it the same way I handled my dad. I think there might be a gender thing going on here also. Like, dudes back in the day, you know what? This is what they did. But moms, they should have this maternal instinct and they should feel things that dads don't. And so maybe I've been holding her to a different standard also. Doesn't matter. So just to complicate this more for you guys, I've also told you that I've been working with a lot of therapists that are saying, man, you are burying so much stuff in your life. So much stuff. Because I really do not feel stress. Even in stressful situations, I just don't, I just kind of like take care of it and then I move on to the next thing. And I don't think much about it, except your body keeps score, right? So now my body is just, is shouting for do something healthy for a problem that you can't even feel. So I have a feeling that some of this anxiety and some of this tension is coming from the fact that I have a very difficult time letting things go. You know, it's like I remember every indiscretion that I have felt from people in my life, and I just can't let it go. Sometimes it just pops in my head, and then I get mad about it, right? I can't live like this anymore. So I'm going up to New York City, and this was not an assignment that my therapist gave me. It's one that I gave myself a couple of weeks ago and then didn't go on the trip because I kind of chickened out. But I'm going up there this weekend, and I'm going to sit with my mom a couple of different times. And I'm not exactly sure the words I'm going to use, but I'm going to tell her that I forgive her for everything. It'll probably be more in the form of, I just want to let you know that I really believe you did your best. It's a conversation she's probably never going to remember, right? But I think that I need to say it. And in looking back at it, I really think maybe she did. I think maybe she really did do her best, even though she was in this profession, this family therapy, and she was giving people advice, and maybe it was really great advice for everybody else. I think for her own family, she just didn't, her circuitry was just different, man. And I just think that maybe she did her best. So I'm going to say that.
Do you know any of her history and how that might have made her, molded her into the type of mom that she ended up becoming? Yeah,
she's no different than her mom and no different than her sisters. They have all gone through the exact same thing. Cut off from their kids. Cut off from each other.
It's learned behavior.
Learned behavior, man. So it's in there. So I just feel like for me, and say the cliche is that forgiveness is not for the person that you are forgiving. It's really for you. I am really hoping that it gives me some kind of sense of peace and I say the right words to her and then I can get this out of my body a little bit.
Was there anything in particular that crossed your thoughts that got you to the point of realizing that this is something that you needed to do for yourself?
Just, I think, in going through this new therapy, I just realized that I'm holding on to so much, and I've been beating myself up quite a bit for not handling my mom's situation the same way I have my dad. I just haven't had the connect. I didn't even have a connection with him, but I did it. I don't really have much of a connection with my mom, and I haven't been able to do it. And I'm guessing the only reason why I haven't been able to is because I haven't really been able to forgive her. So it's not so much forgiveness, it's just acknowledging that I really do think that you did your best you could. You screwed us all up pretty good. We're all still going through therapy, and all three of the brothers have very difficult times in relationships. And we can all of our therapists have directly pointed to what happened in our childhood.
I mean, I think you hit something important earlier, and moms are held to a different standard, because you hear deadbeat dad, you feel one way. You hear deadbeat mom, and it's like, how dare a mother do that? I mean, both are wrong. I mean, both are incredibly wrong. But there is just something. So as the person that carried you and birthed you and is supposed to be there unconditionally, I feel like that would be. It would be a deeper wound. But
the glaring example I have, and then we'll get into something much lighter, was when my mom came down when my first son was born to quote unquote help out for the week and take some of the stress off of Stacy and I. She came down and was so incredibly awkward around Hayden. Like she was forcing the bottle down his throat while he was crying and he was struggling. She couldn't change a diaper and was getting frustrated. There was really no caring to it whatsoever. There was no love behind it. She just didn't know what she was doing, man. So I saw that years ago, and it hurt me so much to see that. And I've only recently put it together that that's kind of what she is. She just don't have it, man. She was a mom that thought that she could have kids and be good at it, and she really wasn't. But maybe she just tried her best. So I'm going with that this weekend. I'm going to sit her down. I'm going to have that conversation. And with any luck at all, it will alleviate something in me. So
here's to hoping it does, man.
Yeah, best of luck this weekend.
The Bert Show.